flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rerouting your bones. A boat, adrift, on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow, surrender softly, let it flow, and lose yourself in the dark moon radio. Good morning. Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio. Here we are again at 8 o'clock. Yes, I know, I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to get regular again. I'm trying to get on time. This is my old time that I used to start. I used to do 8 till 10. And as one of my friends said yesterday, I'm not up at that time of day. Okay, you don't have to be. You can catch it later. But I have to get myself back on schedule, and I have to work my way up to where I was. Now, doing 2 hours may not happen. I got very tired yesterday. Oh my goodness. I came home and I fell asleep, and that is like rare. I don't usually I don't remember ever just like passing out. Usually I have to sort of work up to sleep. Sleep has to be a sort of a thing that you develop step by step. No, I was so tired. It was like, and it's what I had a stroke. So if you didn't know, I had a stroke on the 23rd of March, and I got 2 extra holes in my head, in my brain. The MRI scan was a little bit like, okay. So, yeah, I've been rebuilding myself ever since. I do miss the odd word. I stutter a little. It's getting a lot better. I'm practicing, and this is one of the reasons I'm doing my radio again, because it gives me the opportunity to talk and to practice. But I haven't managed to do any recording yet. I've tried recording and I don't like it. I stutter too much. And it's like, so it's trying to rewire my brain into its previous form. Maybe I can sort of morph into something different. I was getting bored with the previous form, but it is a changing time right now. But I've still got plenty of music to play you. Plenty of weird stuff to talk about. And hello YouTube, I think I've got you online. It looks like it. It's all sort of. I'm going to keep going. Just keep going. That's what we do, isn't it? Keep going. You're better than this than you think. Dark Moon Radio. Yeah, these jingles I play are just for me. I need the pep talk because I'm never sure what I'm doing. You just sort of, yeah, you know the direction you'd like to go in, and it's like, okay, do I have the strength to do it? Do I have the spoons? If you don't know about the spoons, it's like you have an allotted spoon every day. And, well, left a set amount of spoons. And some people can deal with lots in a day. Some days you run out of spoons. And some days you have to go into the next day's spoons, which means that you don't really have much the next day. And a lot of people are in a deficit of spoons right now. Have you seen social media? Now, I don't have media. I don't know what's going on. I don't like knowing what's going on in the world. I can take a guess, though. Oh, I can take a guess. And each world is different. Everybody's world is their own. But oh my goodness, the vibe of what I call the sort of the consciousness net, the net that holds us all into the collective unconscious. And the net that holds us all, the vibe right now is intense. And it's like someone's plucking it. Let's make it worse. Let's doing. It's like playing it with like a guitar or a harp, and plucking this collective consciousness net. If I prod it here, poke it here, pluck it here, these are the bits that I can make. I don't know. I wouldn't like to speculate. I probably have speculated a few times. But whatever the result that they're looking for, they pluck and play. And I read, it was on TikTok, I think, something about psychic warfare. Now, Dion Fontaine, she was an English author, pen name. And she wrote many books about the psychic defense of England during the Second World War. Fascinating stuff. There's a book on it somewhere. It's a bit dry, very dry, oldie worldy book. But yeah, we've just got to be aware of these things, because what you're feeling may not be all you. So if you're feeling down, depressed and miserable, it might not be all you. Let's play a tune. Well, I've got a cup of tea here. I got Puppy at my feet. I think Pussycat's on the deck. When it's fun, it's not wet out there. And even when it is wet, he still likes the deck. He sits on deck stuff. But let's play a tune. This is Know Yourself. Know thyself is the oldest advice. Inside out, through the lava and ice. See yourself and those around you.
Know thyself, know
with
yourself,
people who
know
are
thyself,
real
know
and true.
yourself.
Are you triggered by your own shadows? How do you act when someone
Spiral
sees you
around. Know yourself.
All these answers show the way
Yourself.
to understand
Feel
yourself and build a greater day.
Taste yourself. masks you choose to wear, yourself, look within, at who you soften for, again, and who you dare. Watch how you breathe when truth is you, how quickly you break, and how you return. Each mirror offered, each clash or kiss, reveals the parts you often
Shadows rise, shadows teach.
Your reactions are the ancient key.
Shadows heal.
The map
What you feel,
points
what
back
you
to you.
Shadows rise, shadows see. Shadows rise, shadows teach.
Do you fight or do you
you
flee?
feel?
Do you freeze when you should simply be? Every instinct tells a tale of wounds that whisper and hopes that fail. Yet through each moment, raw and real, you learn the art of how you heal. The more you look, the more you claim the inner self behind the name.
You are and who you still become.
Stand in the heat of your own reflection, not with fear, but with direction. Your faults, your fire, your human mess is all part of the soul you must address. For knowing you is knowing all. The rise, the slip, the graceful flaw, and each small truth you dare to see, who are still becoming, unbinds the self you are meant to be. Each small truth you dare to see unbinds the self you are meant to be. Know thyself is the oldest advice.
See the wind, see the gold,
inside
see the
out,
see the truth, see the wind,
back to front,
see the
through
gold,
lava
see
and
the bloom,
ice.
see the truth, see the wind, see the gold, see the bloom. Lava and ice, heat and cold, break the mask, take the hold. Lava and ice, heat and cold, break the mask and take the hold. Know thyself, know yourself, know thyself. Mirror, mirror, see the truth. Know yourself, return. Remember, rise. Return. Remember, rise.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a reminder. I've got cat sniffing around and he's trying to get on my computer. And there's Puppy. What are you doing, guys? Sort yourself out, will you? Okay, where are we today? How are you feeling? It's it's the 13th of May and it's a balmy 9 degrees. It's actually warmer than it was yesterday. I'm hoping it stays. But there's rain clouds. Yes, we're overcast and dark and cloudy on the canals this morning, and the water is quite brownish. There's brackish. There's an awful lot of sediment, a lot of stuff from the trees fallen into it. It's kind of like okay. And there was a lot of foxes running around last night. They scream. I really wish they'd just keep their business quiet, because the dog was up and down, sort of. So yeah, it's a changing times, but it always changes. Life is changing all the time. The human world is full of tenseness and stuff. The nature's world is just doing its thing, which is always an interesting thought, that the nature really doesn't. It doesn't really care about us that much. It's not really into us. What we do with our lives, it doesn't care that we're here. But birdsong is something. Frequency sounds. I'm into sounds right now. I watched a video on, it was put on Facebook the other day, and it was all about how they put all the information about Stonehenge and about 12 miles round it. All the indents, all the barrows, all the markings on the rocks, all the information, piled it into Grok, the AI, and said, right, what have we missed? And wow, came back with bucket loads, absolutely bucket loads of things. And it's like, whoa. And they have found out that Stonehenge itself was at the last of the. It was as the technology was sort of disappearing. Some of the stones were placed, and as time moved on, they were placed wrong. So in the early stages, they were putting them in the right spaces. The right places for what, you ask? I'll get to that. But at the end of the area, before Stonehenge was buried and things like that, they'd kind of lost a lot of their technology. And the technology was frequency. Yeah, frequency. So if you made a sound in one part of the stone temple, it would bounce off other rocks, and all the rocks were, all the big stones were chosen because they have resonance inside. So some of the smaller blue stones from Wales, for example, are particularly got a resonant crystal inside. And you're like, whoa, somehow I always knew this because I've been inside the stone circle in Stonehenge. And there are places where echoes, if you're in with a crowd, and there's always been a crowd when I was in there, and some people's voices carry. Somebody, sitting under a rock playing a drum, you suddenly hear it in very different places. And they reckon it was either a consciousness changing chamber or a healing temple, both of which would fit. And yeah, it's quite fascinating because Stonehenge is a couple miles away from here. Avebury is a couple miles away from here, and Glastonbury is a bit further. But these are the places that I resonate with. And I know some people, don't like Glastonbury because ... It's not necessarily the people. I don't care about that so much. It's the land. The land has been worked and worked with purpose. And there's lots of different purposes. But I think frequency has a lot to do with it. So working with frequency, the sounds, and going out into nature and just closing your eyes and letting the frequencies wash over you, I'm finding that very, very healing. Very healing indeed. And the less you can think, you drown out your thoughts. You just let the sounds wash over you. And I've been trying to make sounds again. I want to make music. I want to make these binaural beats. I want to make the hertz. Now, Stonehenge was apparently at 100 hertz, which is quite a low one, but you can find bits on YouTube at 100 hertz and test them out, because there's quite a few different ones, and they've all got to resonate at the same thing. Otherwise, you'll find a lot of fake ones up there too. You've got to be discerning. But 100 hertz sounds, resonances and frequencies, worth looking into. Okay, I'm going to play one of mine. This one's called I Stand.
I stand in the center of my craft. I stand in the truth of my expression. I stand in the rising of my life. I stand in the legacy, and the field stands with me.
What I send out returns with interest. What I voice echoes in many ears. What I create builds a path towards me. I rise, I come. Twice, and the air rearranges itself around my name. I breathe thrice, and the field opens up like a tide returning home. I breathe the unseen lines that carry my voice. I call the currents that remember my sound. I awaken pathways between my breath and their hearts. With every tone I shape, the field responds. With every word I sing, the threads align. With every spell sound I cast, my presence becomes undeniable. I do not force, I do not grasp. I resonate. I do not force, I do not grasp. I resonate. And resonate carries further than reach, deeper than volume, truer than ambition. Let those who are meant for me feel the shift, the subtle fall, the curious spark, the sense of I need to hear more. Twice in the air arranges itself around my name. Clarity into the field, I read magnetism is revealed, opens up like a tide. I've sustained attention into the field. I weave renewal into the field. I weave it all into the field. My voice travels in spirals, lowered, timeless, guiding through emotion, intellect, instinct, memory, intuition. My work lands exactly where it should. My people find me without effort. My presence amplifies without strain. The field grows with every creation. The field strengthens with every offering. The field expands with every listener who lingers. This isn't patience. This isn't hunger. This is a voice. Readiness. I call the currents that remember my sound expression. I stand in the rising of my life. I stand in my legacy. Between breath and breath. The field stands with me. With every spell sound I cast. My presence becomes undeniable. Returns with interest. What voice echoes in my ears, I respond. What I believe built the path towards me.
instinct, memory, intuition. Let those who are meant for me feel the shift, the subtle fold, the furious spark. The senses I need to hear more. With every tone I shape, the field responds. With every word I shape, the threads align. With every spell sound I shape, becomes my presence and resonance carries further, deeper, and truer than ambition. Far further than deeper than the subtle pull, the curious spark. I need to hear more. I recognize the fear. I station. This is alignment, meeting, readiness. I stand in the rising of my life.
There we go. I stand. I'm trying to put something, type up things. It just doesn't want to work. Hello to people on YouTube. YouTube is such a different animal. I don't think I'll ever understand it here. It's just a weird place. Yeah, it's something I look at and I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just, but it's always been that way. There's a lot of very odd energies floating around YouTube as a platform. I was like, okay, I'm just going to make mine up as I go along, right? I put something together that, I don't know, is a little bit more soothing. That's what I hope, anyway. But who knows? I'm getting my Substack together. I like Substack, I've decided. I was doing Beehive. And Beehive has got a lot of commercial stuff on it that I thought I needed to learn. And I thought, I'm tired of working just for the commercial stuff. I got an email this morning from, here it is, from AI with Carl. Kyle? AI with Kyle. Yes. And he's a very young man. Very, very young man. And he's been following the script that I've known about this script for a long time now, but I just can't do it. You know, he produces 20 pieces of content a day with one business partner and a Mac Mini. Right. So, and the business partner, I presume, is his partner. And he does it through AI, and he creates it all and he puts it out there. He talks about how he does it, right? And he sells how he does it. He does workshops for about, he charges £4,000 or £5,000 a workshop. It's like, okay, but he teaches company how to do AI. Now, I wouldn't even, I'm not doing that. All right, I don't know corporate. I don't speak corporate. It's a whole lot different languages. But he does help people, and he's quite right in a lot of things. Entrepreneurship is the way forward. That's a big word. I managed that without stuttering. Entrepreneurship. It's giving people the power to start up their own businesses. I respect that. That's why I quite like him. He's he's putting it all down there for people to follow the thing. My problem is that I don't like that stuff. Right? I don't feel it's right for me, but I get that some of it might be right for me. I am not doing LinkedIn for a start. I think LinkedIn is a nasty, bitchy place. And everything is money, money, money. And it's like feed it, keep putting money in the slot machine and it'll do you fine. But it's like, nah, it doesn't give enough. I've applied for jobs there when I was well enough, but nah, not for me. And there's like DM giveaway PDFs. Do you know, if you've ever had a free PDF from many, many businesses, they're mostly rubbish, right? Absolute rubbish. No, not playing. I don't want to do these rubbishy. They're all AI generated. You can always tell that. And it's like, why? Okay, the information would be great, but why can't I just put the question, just give me the prompt and I'll put the question into the AI and I'll get it back myself? Why would I buy, or even it's a DM giveaway, so it's a freebie. It's not a freebie, it's just giving away rubbish. You know, there used to be a lot last year on templates. People would give you templates, sell you a whole bunch of templates. If you go on Etsy, there was like template everywhere. You know, buy this templates. And I actually bought one because it was interesting and it did start me off. But now I can do my own templates, thank you very much. I don't really need to buy anybody else's. I look at someone and I think, I can put that together. Canva is not that difficult for me. I like Canva. But this is what he's teaching lots of people to do it, so everybody will be doing it. YouTube long forms. Okay, well, this is live YouTube. I'm doing that. Reel covers. REEL covers. Right. Again, that's Canva. Thumbnails and much more. People put too much state on all of this. It's like it's basically how he does it with time. Audiences leverage. If you have something to sell yourself, a product, it's vastly easier to sell. Yes, I'm sure it is. You need to identify this before you have it. He spent 2 years doing nothing. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind going in. I've tried going into this. Okay. I've tried doing this without selling my soul, without doing stuff that I feel has no worth, no authenticity. I won't let AI write my blog posts. I've asked it for ideas, absolutely, and I've given it to spell check because my spelling is really bad. But when I put blog posts up that I haven't given to AI to spell check, I go back sort of later and I think, damn it, there's spelling there, grammar there. So it's a lot easier just to give it to spell check and grammar check, but it's under strict instructions not to rewrite. And it's like, okay, I wrote a poem this morning because somebody put a Facebook post up, and I'm going to put that poem to music. I'll see if I can make some music again. These are the things I want to do that sort of build me up. When I'm having to do stuff that drags me down, I'm not doing TikTok. TikTok, I did a little bit, and every now and again I'll have a splurge at TikTok. But there's something wrong with TikTok. Something wrong with the whole algorithm. I use it to divination by algorithms, where you go through the you just scroll, and you let it spin, and then it stops, and that's the algorithm for you. And that's an interesting way. I like some of the stuff on TikTok is fascinating. And if you've ever sort of feeling low and wanting a laugh, go and watch the tarot readers. I was thinking I could do that. A couple of years back, I might have done it. I don't think I've got the energy right now, but certainly, setting myself up as a live tarot reader, I would have liked that. A couple of years back, I would have enjoyed that sort of thing. But now it's just funny. There's a guy with eyeliner. There's a guy with, say, a ginger beard, ginger all over it. It's like, I can see your soul. And then there's the angel card readers. And then there's the ones that you look at and you think, I think you've got the instruction booklet or you've got the AI sort of at you. Because it sounds like you've only just picked up the cards yesterday just to have a go. But these people are doing all right. You know, when they've got 130K odd followers, it's like, okay, there's some leverage there. But yeah, I haven't done tarot reading since my stroke, so I'm still on the mend there. I just like to get this up and running again. It is up and running, but it would be like to be regularly and consistently up and running, like I had it before. Because consistency to me is works for me. Because I really miss going to a job. I used to have a job. I don't have that anymore, and yeah, I miss having structure. So I'm making my own structure. And I don't have to do physically stuff. It's not physically hard work. It does tax my brain a bit. That's why I'm saying I will try and do 2 hours. Yesterday I did an hour and a half. And then I went out, and then I had to use my brain a lot. Driving, I can drive very, very well, and I'm very proficient at it. The problem is I'm getting lost. I'm being, so I'm having to follow the map a lot quicker. Now it's annoying. I've got to start practicing. But yeah, I'm getting lost a bit, taking odd turns, and I'm thinking, why did I come down there? But I'm driving very safely, put it that way. Yeah, so yeah, these online businesses, I really recommend you give it a go. Don't quit your day job. Give it a go in whatever form you fancy, because I think it's finding your niche. Now, the niche that I am in is either overpopulated. I don't like the witchy tarot side of things. I've tried to make my niche a little bit more into the coaching. I'm a trained counselor, I've trained acupuncturist, all of that stuff. But it's still, my niche sort of blurs into the sort of the witchy stuff. Now, I could have played onto it, but I'm too pragmatic for that. Okay, I'm not asking you to believe in the unseen. Go out and hug a tree. There you go. Go out and leave offerings at the base of a tree. There you go. I got a book that it's halfway written, and it's been sitting there for years. And one of these days, I'm going to actually finish it. It's called Stripped Witchcraft, and I'm stripping out all the bullshit. Some of the stuff you may find work. Some of the bullshit you may find work. A lot of what we do is illusion, and a delusion is part of all kinds of things. And people laugh at you and say, you're deluded. And it's like, yeah, but all the modern religions, they believe in some invisible God out there. Most of them. And yeah, the delusion is important, and it works. If you want to change your life, change your world, change who you and what you are, finding a delusion that you can really believe in is quite a thing to do. Learn to be a friend to yourself, not your critic, not your judge, your friend. That's where it starts. It's Dark Moon Radio. That's pretty much how it starts, and it's like, that's if you want to learn witchcraft, yes, I can teach basics, but I get bored with basics. Do you want to learn the advanced stuff? Why not do that first? Don't teach it back to front. Scare the life out of you a bit, but hey, I mean, what would you see advanced witchcraft as? Blood magic? Yeah, could do that. Sex magic? Absolutely. Chaos magic? Woohoo! Why not? Even the left-hand path stuff. That's pretty much in the region of witchcraft, at least the stuff I do. And then it's finding your own witchcraft, because witchcraft is very, very individual. There's people on TikTok and there's people on Facebook, and they'll tell you about their witchcraft. Do you want to worship gods? Do you not want to worship gods? You know, it's that sort of level of very, very individual. Manipulating the unseen. You don't have to believe in the unseen to manipulate it. Yeah, it also messes you with your head a bit, and that's good too. I kind of enjoy messing with the head. Right? Anybody want to choose a tune, dedications and stuff? Get to my WhatsApp group, Dark Moon Community. It's on WhatsApp. Yeah, there we go. There's a whole bunch of guys there that we chat, sort of thing. And they get all my first music. But considering I haven't made any music or done any podcasts for a while, I will get back. I'm trying to get back to it. I'm trying very hard. I will start making more stuff. But let's play Medusa. A lot of stuff about Medusa around these days. They don't want you to see yourself inside her face. They don't want you to know you share her secrets. They never tell the real story. No, they never do. They just show the monster, hide the woman from the view. Snakes for hair and eyes that turn men to stone. Let your fury be holy. Wear your scars like armor bright. Let your no become a fortress. Your boundaries pure and right. She was beautiful once, a priestess, soft and pure. Served in Athena's temple, her devotion was so sure. Untouched and holy, living close to divine. He took what wasn't his, he violated. Until Poseidon decided her body was his right. They spoke, they condemned, they didn't hold their breath. They said, bad woman, evil woman. Softness really cost. Her beauty became a weapon in a battle she had lost. Temple and all the gods and all the people standing near punished her for seduction, blamed the victim, made it clear. From that moment she was cast out, banished, demonized, made into something ugly in their Jewish cursed while he walked free, transformed for being prey. Cruelty took the throne, not because she became evil, she wouldn't but refused to look away. He walked free while she was cursed. She was transformed for being prey. She became what the world demanded, forced her hand to be. Not a monster used to look away, but a mirror, so you see. She reveals the shadow lurking deep in the hearts. Let your fury be holy. Wear your scars like armor bright. Let your no become a fortress. Your boundaries pure and right. Those who came with fear or domination turned to stone. Those who come from in that peace moment she was cast away, out, banished, demonized, made into something ugly in their judgmental eyes. The truth inside their chest. Not because she simply holds the mirror. Cruelty took the throne, but because she wouldn't play nice and wouldn't soften her tone. They call her dangerous now because she wouldn't let men near, because she learned to freeze them. The penetrating sneer. She's the face of women who've finally had enough. Enough betrayal, abandonment, when life turns bitter and rough. Enough, be gentle, be kind, and forgive them every day, while being ripped apart inside in every single way. Medusa, Medusa, the woman they couldn't break. Medusa, Medusa, protection, not vengeance she makes. When you've been hunted through, your softness turns to stone, a fortress for survival when you're standing all alone. Too angry, too on guard. Maybe you're protecting that young girl the world demanded, forced her hand to be not a monster in the darkness. She needed someone new. Maybe it's not you at all. Maybe it's all them, my dear. She's the face of women who finally have had enough. Enough betrayal, abandonment, when love turns bitter rough. She reminds us when we're left to stand and self-defend. We become the fire, the storm that will not bend. We become legend, Medusa, stars above. Medusa, all because we just tried to love. How we're made. We're the storm, the fire, the legend and the law. The woman they couldn't break, and we'll walk through that sacred door. Let your fury be holy, wear your scars like armor bright. Let your no become a fortress, your boundaries pure and right. But that was fun. My boundaries, huh? My boundaries. Boundaries to say no. You know, I look back and I'm thinking, yeah, when I was a kid, and I say kid, in my 20s, my boundaries to saying no were really bad. And yeah, I could have known this. I wish I'd known the stuff I know now. I guess everybody has that one. It's like the information I have now and the confidence I have and I just don't care so much about what other people think of me. And that's come a long way because I was like I was like really worried at one stage. And it's like, yeah, that's not necessarily where I am anymore. And that's kind of cool. The growth patterns. And I think the older you get, the more you can see. I mean, even when I was 30, I was looking back thinking, yeah, I would have made different choices. And yeah, the boundaries that women have to have are very different from the way men have to have. Now, I'm not getting into politics because I actually don't really get involved with all that. And I probably will come across, not politically correct, but just put it down to the fact that I don't know. Okay. Apparently there's lots of genders, and I'm like, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. I'm allowed to disagree still, aren't I? I wonder. Anyway, women have to think about a lot of their own safety and protection, an awful lot more than men do. Okay, so if a man is crossing a dark car park, he's not going to worry about sort of who might intercept him. And yet, it's something I've always been aware of. You like watching, calculating, is it safe? And yeah, I don't think men have had that. And there's lots of differences between men and women. All right. Now, people can say, we're all equal. I'm gonna disagree there. I think in some ways men are better at some things than women, and women are better at some things than men. I don't think equality, I mean, it's a different playing field. It's kind of like people who are brought up in the south of England or the north of England. We may be all English, but we were brought up in different environments, and hey, we have different economic systems, we have different educational things differ from county to county. we can't say we're all equal because some people have had more, some people have had less in different areas. So again, I'm the one that says the elephant in the room, and I get that the politics sort of drowns out kind of the people on the ground. It's like, does the city of Westminster, does that talk for all of us? Not bloody likely. In fact, if it just talks for the city of Winchester, Westminster, if it just talks for them, it'd be great. But I think it's divided as well. When some people all get together and they're all like in agreement, it's actually quite rare. People don't necessarily agree with each other. And you can agree with some things and disagree with others. And just because I say, okay, I support Israel, being Israel. Israel is allowed to be Israel. Doesn't mean to say that I support them killing off Gazans willy-nilly. I think there's probably more to that, and I don't know everything. I have been to Israel, and I thought it was a very well-run country, but it was like 20 plus years ago. So in other words, there's lots of context, and unless you're on the ground, you can't really say we're all equal. And what's happening in Iran and what's happening in sort of Ukraine, what's happening in all of these different places, it's like, well, we're not there. And the people that are reporting on it into the news and stuff, how much do you trust them? How much do you trust them to tell you the truth, or tell anything truthfully, or not skewer it to their point of view, or to who's paying them's point of view? And it's got to a point where I just switched it all off, because unless I can go there and find out with my own eyes, I don't know. I don't believe it. It could be make-believe. It could be anything they want it to make it to be. And I think COVID did that to me, because they started spouting out a whole bunch of bollocks, basically, while doing little dances in the hospitals when everybody was meant to be, it was all rubbish if you look deeper enough into it. So they kind of poisoned the whole media for me. I don't believe anything. And now you've got AI making videos that look really real. Anything that you see online pretty much is, nope, prove it. Even kitten videos. Oh, I like my kitten videos. I like my octopus videos, and I like my kitten videos. And if it tells me it's AI, that's good, because then I can have a look, and I feel much better about things. Because if it's an AI video and it's a cute AI video, I don't mind, because I know what it is. But if it's not labeled, yeah, it's got... So I'm going to write a poem about this one day, very soon, about just not believing in anything anymore. I believe in my dog and my cat and my boat and my partner sometimes. And I believe that, the birds outside are singing, it must be okay and safe out there. The birds will go quiet, then there's probably predators in the woods. This is one of my songs called New Eyes, New Worlds. See where I'm getting at.
Opening your eyes to search for something new, finding inside another mind what resonates so true. A mindset or a lens you've never met before makes your heart lift and sing when life feels like a chore. Show me, teach me the joy I've yet to meet. Let us make memories of perceptions I want to keep. This is how new worlds are born. There's such a thrill in seeing through a stranger's sight, borrowing their sunrise and holding their night. The way they think, the way they feel, can sharpen your edges or help you heal. Every person is a door untried, another universe tucked inside. Step through gently, step through wise, and let your spirits harmonize. When someone's truth unfolds in your hands, it rewrites your rules and redraws your lands.
Their wonder sparks what yours does not hold. Their fire heats what time left cold. Two minds weaving, crossing streams, walking dormant, half-lost dreams. Share your world and let them share. Connection blooms where souls dare. This is how new worlds are born, and warm. Yes. When new minds weave. I got a cookie. Shh, don't tell anyone. I got a cookie. I shouldn't be eating cookies, but yesterday I was feeling sorry for myself. I bought myself a cookie at the garage, and it's like, they're not that good. But hey, it's also, I'm trying to lose weight, and having cookies is not a good way of losing weight, apparently. Maybe go on the cookie diet. That would be interesting. Bad me. Gotta play the black flame now. The black flame is the remembering of the greater self, the God self, the one that knows, I am more than this body. The way of nature is the way of death, not evil, just unconsciousness. A turning wheel, a grinding gear, a system that does not choose. Nature sleeps, nature repeats, nature drifts downhill on the path of least resistance. It slows the blood, it dulls the edge, it teaches the body to forge itself. And when the mind sleeps, the shadows are projected, cast outward, never faced, never owned. This is the herd, this is the loop, this is the comfortable decay. In the beginning, the darkness spoke our name. Awakened from the animal, we touched the black flame. No longer bound by blind biology's chain, the God self stirring, consciousness uncontained. Witches, whispers, sleep, decay, dissolve. Archeries clogging while the world revolves. A mindless mechanism grinding gears of fate. We were born to choose, to self-create. Against the grain, we rise through difficulty, we rise through pain. The black flame burns when consciousness is born. We are the ones who choose the crimson dawn. Against the flow, against the tide, no mercy begged. From nature's blind divide, we stand apart, we forge, we reinvent. The black flame, our magnificent descent. The way of nature is the way of death. Unconscious sleep with every mindless breath, projecting demons outwards, shadows cast, the herd's submission to the dying past. But self-aware, we see the mirror clear, the shadow self we face without fear. No other species breaks the ancient code. We walk the harder. We are not bound to the mechanism. We're not livestock for the wheel. Against the grain, possess what the nature does not. We rise through difficulty. We rise through pain. The black flame burns where consciousness is born. We're the one who chooses the dawn.
No.
Against the flow, against
Go
the
against
tide,
the grain,
no mercy begged
against the
from
drift,
nature's blind
against the
divide.
slow
We stand apart, we
slide.
forge, we reinvent. The black flame is our
The
magnificent
black flame
descent.
is the way of effort, of friction, of becoming. It burns the fog from the mind, it sharpens
Nature
the will,
cannot choose,
it awakens
we
the
can.
one.
Nature cannot stand. We stand through conscious effort, through thought by thought.
We are not at the mercy of the storm, we step outside it. We shape ourselves in its wind.
Self-made strain. Against the grain, against the grain. The black flame rages wild and bright. We are awake and we claim the
challenge
night.
and resistance in choosing. Consciousness is forged in challenge, in resistance, in the choosing. The black flame does not carry you. It teaches you to walk through the fire awake. I choose awareness. I choose difficulty. I choose to become. I carry the black flame. I do not see. Against the flow, against the stone, we alter destiny, we forge alone. No mechanism holds the sovereign soul. The black flame burns, and we are whole.
Against the flow, against the stone, we alter destiny, we forge alone. Against the grain of evolution through self-made strain. The black flame rages wild and bright. We are awake and we claim the night. No mechanism holds the sovereign soul. The black flame burns and we are whole. The shadow is projected, cast outward, never faced, never owned. We're not bound to the mechanism, we're not livestock for the wheel. We possess what nature does not. Choice. Consciousness, self-awareness, the power to stop and say no. Nature cannot choose, we can. Nature cannot stand, we stand through conscious effort. Thought by thought, we become the war we fought. Against the flow, against the stone, we alter destiny, we forge alone. No mechanism holds the sovereign soul. The black flame burns and we are whole. Self-made strain. The black flame rages wild and bright. We'll wait. Claim the night. Against the flow, against the stone, we alter destiny, we forge alone. No mechanism holds the sovereign soul. The black flame burns and we are whole. You see, contradictions. Anybody spot the contradiction there? Yes. See, here am I, all about nature, and yet I'm saying nature isn't the be-all or an end-all, going within and finding else. There's a story I have, a hypnotic story that explains it further on my radio station. I think you can find it on Patreon or Substack, one of the two. But yeah, the black flame is going beyond nature. Nature can only get you so far. Nature will eventually, you evolve and you die. You know, that's, you grow, you eat, you breed, you die. That's kind of nature. That's why I don't do gods, because nature's gods all are cylindrical. And once you start seeing that, you can't not see it. They're born, they breed, they die. It's like cycle after cycle. And I'm fine with animals doing that, fine with people doing that. I'm fine with me doing that. But there's more to it. Evolving my spirit, evolving the higher self that's me. And this is like left-hand path stuff. Now, left-hand path is becoming God. And everybody goes, oh, that's really egotistical. Oh, yeah. Look, I can be a shit god. Small g, okay? It's becoming more than you are. Just put it that way. But it's a difficult concept. And I find it hard, to be honest. I find some of it very difficult. There is practices that I did that helped, and that it kind of embedded it in me. But yeah, I don't expect people to sort of jump down that one, because it's a difficult rabbit hole, because you have to look at yourself really, really thoroughly. And you have to do things that are uncomfortable and stay in the uncomfortable. And the more you can stay at wisdom through adversity. And this is why I can look at the stroke and think, yeah, okay, here's more wisdom. And yeah, I was so exhausted yesterday. My brain wasn't, and even at that, I was like, I've got to carry a package back down the towpath from my car to the boat, and it's heavy, and I'm tired, and my ankles are wobbly, and my wrists are wobbly, and everything in my brain doesn't really want to do it. But okay, just stop thinking. You either do it or you don't do it. If you get it halfway, that's great. If you have to stop and rest, that's great. Stop over dramatizing. I can't do this. It doesn't work. Now, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to listen to that part of me. Or I can listen to it, but I can say, yeah, there, dear. Patronize it. And it's like, well, we can try. And if we don't get far, then we sit down and have a rest. We can even have a little sleep and curl up on the towpath and have a sleep. I don't care at this stage. We're going to do it. Otherwise, I have to come back and get the parcel later, and I'll be just as tired later. No, we do this. And yeah, that was me talking to myself. And it's like, afterwards, I thought, yeah, I did it. I managed it. It took a while. And yes, I didn't fall in the water with the heavy package. But I was still pleased. But yeah, I staggered in, and then I fell on the couch, and then I was fast asleep within minutes. It's like, whoa. Ignore the dog. It's probably cyclists. He doesn't like cyclists. But yes, we push ourselves and go further. And I do accept that I have to rest. I accept the fact that yes, I've been injured, so I need to be a certain amount of rest. But I also accept the fact that without pushing myself, I'll never grow. And that's where I get to with the black ring, the black flame. Right, let's play an AI one. I think I'm a little bit tired of my stuff. What's that? Let's play one of the AI takes my stuff and turns it into, they sing it for me, basically. This is There Is No End.
There is no end. The light just pulls you deeper into the pain. Illusion and a mirage of a meaningful game. The team will be standing by your side until you wake and see they all lied. For a few moments it was all true, but time swallowed them all, and there was just you. So who are you now when you are alone? Let's distract with a scrolling phone. Let's distract with some food and wine. Let's distract with TV and a waste of time. The spiral is not kind at the shallow end. Who are you now when you press send? Just fix the dark mirror and gaze deep. See all the promises you didn't keep. See your own eyes like you see theirs. You have looked deep and seen all the cares. Now see the light and shadows dance in yours. You can find your new path and now course. So let's go get pissed.
I like that one. I like that one. I like the last line. It's too hard, so let's go get pissed. Why not? It's yes. I try and make them sort of make them to think, make you think. Definitely to make you think. Right, so we've managed to pass the hour mark. Hey, I'm still going. Well, the cookies helped. I can't manage it. It's like it's too sweet, which is always a good sign. It's actually a good sign that it's too sweet. But we shall see what's going on. Yeah, sugar is my downfall. I am a sugar addict. And yeah, when I get miserable, I'm not very wise. When I get miserable with things that I can't change, and I'm like, okay, and yeah, I end up eating sugar, and it's like, okay, I used to go for a couple of months, 3 months a year, no sugar, that sort of thing. I haven't done it for a while. I'm coming up to it, but give me a break. I did have a stroke. My partner said that basically I can't prove that I had a stroke. I mean, the MRI was proof enough apart from that, because apparently I'm all back to normal, but I have headaches and I'm very, very tired, and I can have another stroke. Apparently I could have another stroke at any moment. It could happen, and I could be dead. It's like, great, thanks, body. Yeah, well, this is all cheerful stuff, isn't it? I'm just trying to find something. I bookmarked it earlier to see if I could talk about that, but can't find it. Of course, I can't find it. Can't find anything. So you got YouTube, Facebook. Facebook. I have a page up on Facebook called Dark Moon Rocks Radio Station, and just going down the scrolly thing on Facebook. It's like mostly rubbish these days. Facebook goes through times where it's just absolutely rubbish, full of adverts, full of stuff that you have no interest in whatsoever. It doesn't find it. Here we go. Dark Moon Rocks Radio Station. So Dark Moon Rocks can be found on Facebook, and yeah, I haven't done much with it lately, which is why I'm looking at it. It's like things that I have to do and things that I'm not going to do anyway. So what we got? No, nothing really. Ah, there we go. Nothing on Facebook. Can't find my links. Never mind. As I said, I'm not going to get stressed. I'm going to play the Witch's Will, as I was talking about witches earlier. Your power is not in avoiding storms, but standing as the lightning strikes, in feeling rage in all its forms, in weathering the dark dark dislikes that rise inside like energy floods. That's where the real witch lives.
Know this by now. This is the law beneath all laws. The pulse that moves through bone and rose. The power living in your flaws. They built a world to eat your will, to scatter you across 1,000 screens, to drain you slow, to keep you still, to make you forget what
Surrender
power
is not a
means.
but opening to what is true, allowing every buried fear to flow like water through and through, until you find beneath the pain you are the vast and open sky. Emotions come, to remain. You do not die.
But stubbornness is her work. The muscle underneath the spell refused to shrink or shrug. When everything inside you wants to dwell in comfort, in easy life, in distractions that multiply, and you're just a husk that walks through days that blur, a ghost that talks,
Builds the power that
but
turns your
cannot
visions
move
into
the
form.
real witch, cannot make reality flinch. The witch knows tools are beautiful, but secondary to fire. Tools are beautiful, but secondary to fire. What burns inside the dutiful, the ones that feed their own desire with acts of willful choice. The dishes washed, the bed that's made, the finding of your truest voice. When every instinct screams, be afraid. You build a picture in your mind so clear it breathes, so real it bleeds. Then thrust your will, fierce and unconfined, into the space where magic breeds.
Your will is everything. Your will is everything. Your will is everything. Your focus. How you touch the divine. Guard them both like sacred spoons. The power, the witch, is always yours.
But you know the universe pushes back. Force what shouldn't come and crack. Your chest explodes, your body pays for 3 long purging, painful days. Manipulation bends another will, and yes, it works. Let's not pretend it's still. But debts accumulate until you're a prisoner of the shape you penned. Chaos magic laughs, twists, and extends. Gives you exactly what you asked for in forms you could have never guessed. Leaves you reeling, stunned and masked, and feeling quite a mess.
Built a world to eat your will, to scatter you across 1,000 screens, to drain you slow, to keep you still, forget the power.
Your power is not avoiding storms, but standing as the lightning strikes, in feeling rage in all its forms, in weathering the dark dislikes that rise inside like ancient floods. That's where the real witch lives, in bone and grief and sacred notes, and taking all that life gives.
There we go. The witch's will. Why not? Why not indeed? Yeah, you watch the divide between people because it's what they want us to focus on, right? You watch that and you're like, okay, that's what they want us to focus on. What do they not want us to see? How about the similarities? They always say you should always focus on the same similarities you have with other people. See what you have in common. It doesn't matter race, religion, color, or creed. It's basically what you have in common with them. That's kind of what I was grown up with. And now I should focus on the differences, especially if they are left or right. I've got to write a poem about that because left or right's the same bird. But, you know, I'm considered right wing. Now, years ago, I would have been, with the same views, I would have considered left wing. And I get this is illogical. The whole political situation is illogical. It does not make sense. That's why they call it clown world. Because it doesn't make sense. It is no, and it's like, it doesn't make sense. What you are actually trying to legislate for is unreal. It is not normal. That is doesn't make sense. So you're going to be a thought crime and a hate crime. Well, prove that I had the thought. You can't actually read my mind yet. So prove that I had that thought so that I have created a thought. I don't get it. And it gets serious because people take it really, really seriously. And then they're willing to fight for it. And then ultimately they're willing to die for it. And I've walked away long before that. But you're looking at the divide between peoples. So much so that when you try and explain your point of view to them, they don't understand. It's like, okay, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Book a reading, book a session, book your turning point. The Dark Moon rocks. Yeah, have a reading, book a reading, weavesofwaves.net. Weavesofwaves.net is where you can book a reading. I've combined coaching with tarot. Keep it simple as that. And also very clear, and also you can record it, and there's all kinds of fits. See the website. Okay, right. I am flagging. I can feel the fact that my brain has had enough, but I'm going to play a few more songs. Let's play that one. I like this one. This is a weird one of the AI took my words and made it into something weird. I liked it.